Hi, friends and fellow Earth Angels. It's Gladys, and welcome to my new moon pick a card reading. And today I'm going to be channeling messages with Goddess Isis. Goddess Isis is a healer and she's an amplifier of love. The new moon in Taurus is about financial security, stability. It's about worth, value, self-esteem. It is May 11th. The 11 represents new beginnings, and there are a few other planets that are also in the degree of 11, and May 2021 also equals a 1. So we have new beginnings here in this energy. And so I'm excited to channel this reading for you, to support you, comfort you, teach you, inspire you, give you some insight. The new moon is a time to send your wishes out to the universe, your intentions, using your divine feminine magical manifesting energy. For me personally, I've themed May, magical May. I feel a lot of passion in this energy. I feel a lot of inspiration and creativity. And there's so much happening in the astrology. I'm personally not going to get into it, but some of the women that I follow who are phenomenal channelers and, are wonderful with explaining the astrology are Tanya Gabrielle, Molly McCord, and Wonder Girl Astrology. They're phenomenal with breaking down the energy of this new moon in Taurus. So for me, I'm going to channel a reading for you to support you. So, as I said, the new moon in Taurus is the best time to make a financial plan for the coming 12 months. It's about self-esteem, and this is a really great time for you to check in and ask yourself, are you loving yourself enough? It's associated with Venus. So are you getting paid what you're worth? That's another inquiry question. And if you feel some discord there, being able to set that intention out, even sometimes just asking the divine, what should I be charging? Or show me your definition of worth and what my income should be, right? It's about getting into that feeling body, right? You want to be able to feel like a vibrational match for what you're putting out there, right? Your time, your energy. And so, it's a really hard thing to put a price on your time, especially as Earth Angels, because we're such givers. But we also, as we're learning and developing how powerful and how important receiving is as well, letting energy flow. It's kind of that 8 infinity symbol that I keep seeing. Energy keeps going and coming, right? I also know that, Taurus is the bull energy, which is the symbol for Wall Street. So I feel like if some of you have investments or 401ks, or you're tied into the stock market, like this would be a really powerful time to amplify that energy, right? And ask the universe to bring you a vibrational match for your investments, your money to grow and increase. Remember, money is fun. Money is freedom. Money is a beautiful way to grow and expand and learn in the world. I appreciate money on deep levels, not from necessarily a place of greed, but a place of playfulness, right? So I think I've mentioned in the past that I very much enjoy playing with $100 bills. And back a few weeks ago when I was in Sedona, Arizona, I was in this shop that was run by women, and there were so many beautiful, cool pieces of jewelry and crystals and cards, and I just loved the energy in the store. So I bought a few rings, and I paid with my $100 bill. And I remember saying to my friend that I was with, the fun part now is to see how fast that $100 bill comes back to me. And so that was about 3 weeks ago, and I had an appointment with a friend who came in to visit me for some energy work, and she gave me $100 bill, and I just giggled. I didn't know it until after she left. She kind of snuck it in there, and I chuckled when I saw it, and I'm like, how long did that take me? I'm like, oh, 3 weeks. So I just kind of giggled with it, and I just said, thank you for coming back, $100 bill. So, and again, it's not about the monetary value of it. It's the playfulness of it. It's the energy into it. So this would be a really good time to really repair or heal any vibrational discord you may have with money or abundance. So before I say anymore, I'm going to let the cards do the rest of the work. I just got these brand new cards. I absolutely love them. So she has, Alana Fairchild has a bigger version of these, and I really liked the pocket version because they were the pictures and then a short description on the back, which I very much enjoy. So it says here that Isis lived through many adventures that challenged her to grow, which is what so many of us Earth Angels are in right now, the experiences. It says to become stronger, more loving, more compassionate, and more fiercely wise too. This is what Isis came here for. She learned of the healing power of love and to not allow those who are negative, jealous, or fearful to destroy what was precious to her. Her spiritual lessons brought her wisdom and power, which she shares with you now, that you too may grow and be your radiant self in the world. So this is my intention for this reading, connecting with Isis. So I'm going to, supporting cards I'm going to use is a message of love from Isis using the Soulful Woman deck. I'm going to get a message of abundance. So if you have any discord, disharmony, or you're really just working with money in general, I'm going to pull a card to support you with abundance from the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards. And then I'm going to pull a card on what you're being gifted with in this new moon in Taurus. And then I'm going to finish with an overall message from Divine Abundance. So this is going to be fun. I've been looking forward to doing this reading. All right, let me put these up here. Get this stuff out of the way. And so to pick a card, so I'm going to pull 3 cards, and then I'm going to, on screen, I'm going to pull the rest of the pile so that you can see how they come out. If you're not interested in watching how they pop out, you can skip ahead. I will put the timestamps in the notes below, along with the cards that I'm using, and then my personal information and how to get in touch with me or how to work with me. All right, so let me open up space, inviting in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light who would like to assist with this guidance for you for this Taurus new moon 2021. I'm going to also connect my heart to the heart of Isis, Mary Magdalene, and all those beautiful divine feminine sacred beings of light that are here to assist us in our spiritual expansion. All right, let's begin. Okay, Isis, 3 cards. Let's see, what are our topics? 3 cards. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm actually going to keep the messages hidden so you can pick based on the picture. So this is pile 1. Man, I just get giddy looking at these pictures. Oh man, I love this. This is pile 2. And this will be pile 3. Ooh. All right, so let's put 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's start. Soulful Woman. All right, Isis, pile 1. What message of love do you have for pile 1? And what message of love do you have for pile 2? There's 2 here. And what message of love do you have pile 3? do next? Okay. Oh, let me do this one. Okay, what message of abundance do you have for pile 1? What do we need them to know about abundance? And pile 2? What do you need pile 2 to know about their abundance? Whoa. 2 and pile 3. Okay. Well, we'll just keep all 3 of those. And what is pile 1 being gifted with this new moon in Taurus? What are they being gifted with? It can be part of their intention. 1. And pile 2, what are they being gifted with? Pile 3, part of their intentions. What are they being gifted with? I love how these are popping out so easily. And then finally, overall message, Isis, divine abundance, support going forward. Pile 2, divine abundance, overall support going forward. The next 2 weeks. And pile 3. That was easy. All right, so let me get these. So attracted to the color red lately. It's so perfect how they came out. All right, so we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So just take a moment, check in. This would be a great time to take a deep breath. Bring your attention from your head down to your heart center. Take another deep breath. Imagine your heart opening up like a flower. Imagine, or you can imagine unzipping, right? Unzipping that layer and opening up to receive the energy of divine love, divine wisdom, and divine power. And another deep breath. And just look at the cards. Maybe you'll feel a pull to 1, 2, or 3. Maybe you'll hear 1, 2, or 3. All right. All right. And for those of you who chose pile 1, let's begin. So again, this is the cover picture, and Isis's message for you is divine sun child. It says, blessings of the sun flow to you now. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. It is your time to shine bright. Oh my gosh, I love this. I just keep seeing the word expansion. I've been seeing that everywhere. In my Sunday reading, my last weekly Sunday reading, the word expansion came out. I'll link that video at the end of this video if you haven't watched it. But it was really beautiful in the way it unfolded. And so remember, the sun represents the masculine, the divine masculine energy. It represents the light, right? And so we're in this dark moon energy, right? This is a time to really to get in and kind of like hone our power and set our intentions and our wishes to kind of go deep within like the belly of our heart's desires. And so I feel like the sun is reminding you that it will shine on all the beauty that is yours, your gifts, your talents, your wisdom, your words, your guidance, your messages, and above all, most importantly, the love that shines from inside of you. So I feel like those of you who chose pile 1, maybe these next couple weeks is where you shine bright, where, those seeds that you have planted then grow. It's like the shoots are popping up from the ground now, and you can kind of see the fruits of your labor. So I really want to empower you, right? Feel that sunshine on your solar plexus. I was working with some cards earlier, and the mantra was, I call back my power from times of the past. Oh God, what was it? I said it like a million times. I now call back my power from times of the past. I am powerful. And so even setting that intention to call back your power, call back the energy that you may have given away, right? Maybe you've been trying to help others, and maybe you've been expending a lot of energy, or maybe you've been giving a lot. And this would be a really great time to receive from the divine, receive from the light. I mean, here in New England, the days have been getting more and more warmer and more beautiful. So even I encourage you to get out in some sun, get some sunshine if it's healthy and it feels right to you. All right, so Isis, what additional message of love do you have? So it says, being with discomfort. It says, at times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and limitless. I love this color. Again, so the sun for me is like orangey yellow. This card is orangey yellow. So I'm feeling the sacral chakra here. So setting your intentions out for empowerment or experiences that open up let me see here. Setting out intentions to experience more feelings of empowerment and joy and laughter and play and pleasure above all. Feminine energy is very sensual, it's very sexual, and it makes me think of like the goddess. It's a radiance, right? I'm not talking about the ego version of sexual. I'm talking about like the light and the beauty that makes the feminine so alluring, right? And powerful, right? This is where good boundaries come in and clear communication, and this is where we come in with self-respect and self-love, right? That we can say no and yes and not right now and no thank you and maybe later and yes, more of that or something even better. So we have to remember that Taurus too is it's an earth sign, but it's very sensual as well. So those of you, I feel like, who chose pile 1, there is this radiance to be activated within you that comes through or works through your sacral chakra and your solar plexus. So working with those areas and just feeling like the sunshine radiate out. You're being asked to step out of all the things where you're attached, right? You're attached to an outcome, and get back into your body and saying, I would love to feel this kind of love or something even better, and detaching from where that has to come from, right? And this is what happens with discomfort and discord. Our bodies, when we feel that discomfort and discord, maybe you feel that pit in your stomach, or maybe you feel that tension in your middle back, or maybe you're feeling anxious. It's your body saying, something is out of alignment with my true essence. And so many of us, masculine dominant, feminine dominant energies, we are now getting back to understand our heart's wisdom, right? The body wisdom, the inner compass that we all have, right? For masculines, it's that gut instinct or gut feeling. For divine feminine, it's the intuition and the visions and the messages that you're getting, right? That's now kind of on the rise more than ever. So understand that any discomfort you might be feeling, it's your body telling you there's a vibrational match. So it doesn't mean no forever, but it could mean no, not right now. And so giving yourself a chance to sit with that discomfort and feel it, instead of that knee-jerk reaction to do something about it, to like take an action, to penetrate a situation, to be outcome dependent, right? How can you practice getting back down into your feeling body and then surrendering it to the universe to bring that energy back to you of empowerment, of love, of joy, of laughter, of play, of sensuality, of radiance, of beauty, right? All this fun stuff that you're worthy and deserving of, right? Because there is your power. When you know the essence of your true self, then you move forward with inspiration, right? You move forward coming from that heart pull, right? And then you become a magnet for all things that are in alignment with those energies. So, for those of you who chose Pile 1, I'm feeling like put that energy out into the ethers and literally open up your arms and your body to receive back. That is oh, I'm getting like jumbled with the words. That is all that's in alignment with your true self, your higher self. All right, so what message of abundance does Goddess Isis have for you this new moon in Taurus? Exercise to increase your energy and manifesting abilities. So, friends, if you are like, Gladys, I can't sit still, I gotta do something. It's unrealistic to tell me just to sit here and wait. So this message I feel goes in alignment with that. It says the key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. So for me, it almost feels like this is an opportunity to like move energy, right? So I've mentioned that back in other videos in late January, I had gotten an exercise bike, and I think I have like almost 350 miles on it, and I'm just loving. I just do 30 minutes a day on low resistance, and I listen to all different playlists, and it's become this like source of passion, right? And I've mentioned, especially with this, creating high energy, it's like you want to go to exercise. I think exercise is crucial in maintaining energy levels and being grounded. But see, the unfortunate part is a lot of times people unconsciously or unknowingly go to exercise from a lack of love. Right? So I don't like how I'm feeling in my body. I don't like how I'm looking. So I've got to do something about it. So they, make the drastic changes in diet and exercise. And unfortunately, because there's an outcome dependent attachment, right, of an expectation, that it really sabotages the discipline it takes to show up to exercise every single day in a conscious way. So I would encourage you to approach this as like exercise is being nourishment, it being food. And I've said before that I only get on my bike when I feel that inspirational pull. If I'm feeling down on myself, or I'm feeling lack or low self-esteem, which, I think we all dip in and out of, I'm very mindful not to get on my bike, because I will get on it I know it now is a way to punish, right? Shame myself. So I encourage you, before you pick an exercise, or go within and ask the divine, what is the most what is the most nourishing form of exercise you could do? It could be kayaking. It could be walking. Walking not necessarily to get somewhere, to walk X amount of hours, miles, but to walk just for experience, to be in the fresh air. Here in New England, we have this bike path, and there's like 5 different points that I like to go on this bike path depending on the mood that I'm in. And I just walk, and my favorite thing is not necessarily it's how far I go and how many steps I get, but my favorite thing is to see the birds that are out, the animals that I see that come along my path, the people that I connect with and smile with, and parts of it are on the water, and it's just such a beautiful experience for me. My body responds to that, and because it feels nourished, I make better choices with the food I put in my body. So remember, this is a lifelong thing, right? It's not just a quick lose 10 pounds because summer is coming. That, it cannot sustain, right? And it's this constant roller coaster that we're on. So loving yourself, being gentle, understanding discomfort is just a reminder. It's an indicator that we're starting to come out of alignment with flow, right? Thank the universe, thank your guides for that reminder, and then drop down into the heart and saying, okay, what would be best for me right now? I love that message that came up. So I'm going to ask now, what are you being gifted with in this new moon in Taurus? Oh, I love it. Resilience. Here it is with the discomfort, resilience. I'm going to read the book on this because it will have so much more. So resilience. I just feel a strength here. I feel like any discord, any discomfort, any appearance of mistakes, right? I always say mistakes are an opportunity to grow. I make mistakes all the time, friends. And I just say, oopsie, I did it again. I can do better. That's my favorite word. Like, oopsie, I see it. All right, I get it. And I think that's the beauty of being human and divine, right? I think that's part of the human experience when we can be so forgiving and so loving and so gentle, and we can do stuff that we know we shouldn't be doing, right? Or say things we shouldn't be saying, or having reactions to things in ways, right? I think, it's very difficult to see that, spiritual perspective when you're in a heated situation or a place of fury and frustration and overwhelm. So if you can go back out of that space and just say, oopsie, I get it, I see it, what can I learn from this, right? How can I grow from this, right? And give yourself space to process. So let's see here, resilience. So the waxing gibbous. So this is new moon energy still. Waxing gibbous. Let's see, resilience. Oh, of course, right? It says making mistakes builds resistance. Just what I said. I love when that happens. It says, I have learned my lessons from the mistakes I have made. I stand strong. I am an adult and I act with self-responsibility. So I feel like this is saying, like, listen, take off the shame, take off the guilt, take off the perfectionist. Please toss that out the window. Right? The words that we're getting here is getting back to the heart of our true self, right? Understanding us as human and divine, right? That was Jesus's message and Mary Magdalene's message that she continued after he transitioned, right? And, we're all kind of achieving that, or especially Earth Angels, we're in a place of achieving that soul awareness, right? Through the ego and through the experiences we're having of discord and discomfort. So, if you can really get back into the journey as opposed to the end result, right? I'm doing this to get this, and get back into, I'm so excited with the unknown and everything I'm going to learn from today, from this moment, from the present moment. So again, forgive yourself, right? That's kind of what we do in the new moon, and saying, okay, how can I move forward and feel my power, right? Feel my empowerment, feel my magical manifesting abilities. Oh, I love it. And final overall message, trust. So beautiful. So a mantra that you can carry with you for the next 2 weeks, maybe if you want to take a screenshot of this or you want to write it down, this is something that you can say every day to support you in this. It says, allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Right? So I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I have dandelions that are growing all over my backyard, and they're the ones that you blow wishes with. They're the yellow ones, but then they're also the ones where you blow on them, and then like the wishes go off. And so I have a bunch of them in my yard. So as I've been going out there waiting for my dog, I find one to pick, and I thank it for its sacrifice. I figure that they're gonna blow away anyway, or they're gonna get chopped down by the lawnmower eventually. So I might as well make use of its medicine. So I pick one and I just blow wishes. Like I literally take that intention and I just feel the energy of what I'm feeling in the moment. I mean, I've just been surrounded by beauty and flowers and love and oh gosh, like all different forms of romance and passion, and it's just been really, luxurious. That's the word I want to say. In friends, the most simplest forms, whether it be through books, through people, through nature. And so I just blow the wishes out there and I feel that energy and then I release it. I'm like, okay, thank you. And my intention is that then eventually they'll plant seeds and they'll now then grow even more so all over my yard. And then I'll have, 100 different wishes to blow from. Or dandelions to blow from. So that's that part of giving and receiving, right? So, I'm receiving the gift of the dandelion and I blow it out and I give it back to the earth, and it's just such a beautiful, genuine experience. And I know, friends, if you're, you're coming from, very deep into the 3D world and logic and reason. I read in a book once that, masculine energy is like New York and feminine energy is like Hawaii. And if you're coming to these readings and you're very deep in New York, that's cool, that's fine, but we cannot stay in New York forever. My readings, my work, the work that I do is very Hawaii based, right? It's about flow, it's about beauty, and it's just something new, something different. And with this new moon in Taurus, surrounded by so much one energy, new beginnings, I just encourage you to be open, right? I remember when I was really deep into New York before I started this, when I started have my spiritual awakening, I remember saying to the universe, prove it. If this is real, prove it. And I just, within 3 years, I was then opened my practice and I was literally working for the man, the boss, right? The one, right? Up there. And so sometimes it's almost like we've got to break out of New York and travel into Hawaii, and it might be overwhelming and it might be confusing and we might be antsy, but over time that energy will get in there, it'll seep in there, and it's just a new way of living. So trust that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Trust the discomfort, the mistakes, the discord. The sun is shining so bright on you and it's revealing your magical manifesting abilities. I mean, look at this angel with the earth here and then the Holy Spirit surrounded by it. It's like this is the new energy. She's opening her left hand, right, to receive the gifts of the world, to receive the abundance that's around her. She's not frantic on the hunt in a mad dash trying to make something happen. That's not fun, friends. It'll burn you out. So, all right. So those are my messages for pile 1. Thank you so much for watching. If your journey ends here, I want to send you love with heavenly hugs. And connect back if you want. Subscribe if you want. Leave a comment on how this resonated with you. And I just thank you for being here. All right, for those of you who chose pile 2, welcome. So this is Isis's card. So gorgeous. So the message here says, ooh, Spirit of Isis. So her message says, Beloved Initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. Let her inspire you and believe. So as we're in this place of manifesting and sending out our intentions and our wishes with abundance and self-love and worth and value and inspiring others with our radiance and our beauty, one of the messages that have been coming up a lot for me, I just keep seeing these words everywhere in many different ways. Everything is possible. Anything is possible. Believe all things are possible, right? And there's so through God, with God, all things are possible, right? Even if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say, move that mountain and the mountain will move, right? So I feel like this is coming to you, those in pile 2. Maybe you're being gifted with guidance or insight or wisdom, or maybe you're being downloaded with a seed, or maybe you're being downloaded with information that just seems like, I don't even know where to begin, and I've done this over and over and over again and it's not working out. I feel like this is a call back to remember the power that's within you, right? To move through resistance, I almost feel like I'm seeing not in a way of the fight, right? So if you're trying to force something to happen, if you keep looking at a pathway, right, and it's like, this is the direction that I need to go, Isis is reminding you just to pull back and check back in, reground. There could be another way. There could be an easier path. There could be another course, right? So I feel like the spirit of Isis is being downloaded in you to assist you with setting your intentions with this new moon in Taurus. And maybe there's some discord, or maybe there's some resonance to look at about believing what is possible for yourself. Again, that's worth, value, self-esteem. So this card here, all the colors are different. This card here is like a pinky red, and it really reminds me of the divine feminine energy, but also the heart, right? So I feel like this is a call back as you set your intentions and wishes out into the world. Persist with bold faith and inspired action. And I feel like check in with yourself to see if you've been manifesting or you've been putting out intentions from the mind, right? What you think you should do. You know, when we're in our head, we're under influence, right? Usually in our head, we're in the space of the ego that's kind of like seeing is believing, or you're kind of going on, when you're in the mind, you're going on what you've seen or what you've experienced. And I feel like this message is here saying, drop deeper down into your heart, believe all things are possible, and then you might get a vision. You might get guidance. For me, I've been having these experiences where I've been asking a question and I've been seeing a symbol everywhere. And then I had I worked with somebody the other day, and she came in and she had a shirt of this symbol, and it just hit me last night. I'm like, oh, for a week now, the universe has been giving me the message, and I didn't even see it. It just kind of like dawned on me, but it was so suiting that the wisdom or the message message, I finally made the connection on the night before the new moon. So I had so much clarity when I woke up this morning to channel for myself and put my intentions and wishes out for how I want to feel more, what I want to feel more of in this world. So understand, when we're dropping out of the head and we're into the heart, we're in the present moment, which opens up our spiritual third eye, like our vision, our sight, where we start to see patterns. We start to see repetition. It could be repetition in numbers or animals or certain flowers or certain messages that you keep seeing over and over again, right? So I feel like this is a reminder. Don't give up faith. If you're feeling the discord, it may be coming from the mind or influence or people that are telling you what you shouldn't do, right? It's so unconscious in so many ways. So, my mission here is to teach so many earth angels how to drop down into the heart, to get the body wisdom, right? To go into that sacred space within that already knows the answers, right? But, our impatience and our need for things now and our impulsivity can really throw a monkey wrench in the whole mix. And that's part of being human, right? We are human and divine. So I feel like this is what Isis's message is. We're starting off. So she's got 2 love letter messages for you. So her messages of love for you are friendship. I love it. So here's the 1 again, right? 19 equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. So friendship, new beginnings, get back to friendship. It says, I am deeply grateful for the gift of friends. My appreciation for them is endless. So Isis here also wants you to see her as a friend, right? So connect with these divine beings as a support, as a way of giving love. So maybe you've kind of come into this space and you're feeling like frustrated and you're like, I don't know, especially with that full moon in Scorpio, man, it just brought up a lot of stuff. I mean, secrets were revealed, our own stuff and then other people's stuff. It was like all enmeshed. So here we are now. Now you know. Now you know, and you can't not know what you just experienced, what you just opened up to, what you just uncovered, what was just revealed, what you observed. And so getting back to the heart of it, friendship. So maybe that's what some of you are being asked to set an intention for. Deeper, meaningful, mutually supportive relationships. That's my mantra when I send out to the universe. I say, divine, please bless me with loving, mutually supportive, growth-oriented people in my life, friends, relationships, partnerships, and experiences. But also to remember that the divine are your friends. So if you are feeling lonely, especially because, there are many, many places that are still quarantining and still like on lockdown, befriend the angels or sit in space and ask, whom would like to bless my life, right? Whom would like to come in? And you may not get an answer right away, but the divine will reveal itself. So this could be a message for someone out there that is feeling alone or feeling like to give up and like, God, things are just not working out and I'm so tired of this roller coaster. And so the universe, especially Isis, is saying, befriend me. I can be your faithful, steady friend. And then from there, you call in all that is aligned with that feeling, that empowerment of friendship. So an additional message she gives you is, love-based reality. There's the 1 again. Look at these colors. I love that. So again, here we have opening the heart. So for me here, this energy is like opening the heart to receive, right? This doesn't mean open your heart to everybody and anybody, because there are plenty of people in this world who haven't necessarily done their work, and they're drawn to your light. But remember, your body will tell you when something feels off, right? Your guides will literally push anything that's not a vibrational match or that's not going to be supportive on your journey. It will just push it out. So so beautiful, this goddess here. The message says, I am soul nurtured when I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality. Gosh, friends, there's no coincidence here. I love doing these readings. There's no coincidence here. We talk about friendship, and right here, I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality. So if you're looking for the words, if you're looking for the guidance and the messages, this could be an intention for the new moon in Taurus, especially with worth and value, universe, God, source, creator, divine mother, father, love. Bring me more, bring me healthy, supportive people, places, things, ideas in my life that are love-based, right? I am ready and open to live a love-based reality. That means clearing out judgment and shame, and or recognizing our own judgment and shame and being able to say, oopsie, there it is again. Oopsie, there's the human coming back. I see you, thank you. And then what happens is you have longer bouts of love and less bouts of emotional discord and disruption, right? So I feel like for some of you, this Scorpio full moon that you had might have revealed like the truth or situations or experiences that you're no longer in harmony with. And so this is an intention for you now going forward. Love-based reality, right? Kindness, gentleness, peace, people who genuinely care about you. But remember, this has to come from within first, right? You'll really need to be your own friend. You really need to be a fierce warrior and protect your inner child, right? You need to completely love, right? Be in the space of love. I don't want to say completely love. It would be most beneficial for you to sit with the divine and ask them to show you deeper vibrations of love so that you can send that out to the universe, right? As above, so below. What's going on inside is what's going on outside, right? So this is why observation and reflection is so powerful. So connecting with deeper levels of love, especially because Venus is doing some magical stuff, and we're in this heart awakening on this planet and this unity and this oneness. But remember, anything that's not a vibrational match, it will just slip off of you like grease. And the key here is to let it go, right? Release it. Become strong and whole and complete within. And remember, that's life homework. That's a journey of, we're always working on our relationship with ourselves. We're always developing. We're always growing. That's a part of being human. So when you recognize, oh, I'm being hard on myself, or, oh, wow, there's the impatience, or, oh man, there's the judgment. Whew, that's wicked. I'll just say, oopsie, and I'll just saying, okay, God, download me with your version of love, or, patience or peace, or whatever it is that, I need in that moment. And I just open my heart, my mind, and my body to receive. So what do you need to know about your abundance? Bountiful nature. It says spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or a hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. I love it. And what I'm feeling here with this message is stillness. Go out in nature and experience the abundance, especially now. Here we are in the northern hemisphere in spring. But if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's a bountiful fall, right? The fruits of your labor, everything is, coming up and, being harvested. So we're in this place of, nature's in this place of a bountifulness right now, an abundance. So I feel like if, you're working towards or working with the Taurus new moon on finances and abundance, go where there is abundance, right? Go out there. So, one of my things was, I want to feel more like romance in my life. And I was outside in nature, and the trees tree that's in my backyard, the flowers, the beautiful pink flowers that are on it, and now the flower petals are all now falling off the tree, and I'm like, I want to feel more romance. And my intention wasn't necessarily from like a partner. It was just, I just want to feel romance, period, anywhere. And I was standing outside, and the wind blew, and the flower petals just started to fall out of the tree and falling on my hair and my skin. And I looked down on the ground, and there was all these, it's green grass, and there's all these beautiful pink petals. I'm like, this is romance, right? I love this, more of this, or something even better. I said in my pile 1, if you haven't watched it, that this style that I work with, this energy that I channel, it's the divine feminine energy, which I read in a book where, if you can understand the masculine feminine energy is a vibrational match to New York, and feminine energy is a vibrational match to Hawaii, right? So much of the world operates in New York, and we have to, we got to make money, we got to pay our rent, we've got to, buy the food and, pay for the school and all the things, right? But we also equally need to balance Hawaii in our lives. And this is where I channel from. I'm not going to channel from New York. I don't want to channel from New York. I did that for too long, and it's not fun for me anymore. So understand that these messages are just planting seeds of a different way, a new way, right? This is the ones here, right? So if you've been operating predominantly in the energy of New York logic and reason and hustle and work, listen, there's nothing wrong with it. Until it becomes outcome dependent, until it becomes an endless cycle of never being able to catch up, never being able to come, above the waterline, always feeling like you're drowning in energy and money and time and responsibility, right? This is where then Hawaii calls you, and Hawaii's like leisure, it's receptive, right? You kind of go with the flow in that type of energy, putting your feet up, right? So we need that right now desperately in order to magnetize higher levels of love. We need stillness, we need pause, we need rest, we need nothingness, we need surrender, we need silence, we need these beautiful energies that when we're operating in New York will not value, right? So I feel like this is just offering you a different way. All right, so what are you being gifted with? Ooh, release. So this is the waning crescent. So this is full moon energy. The 27 equals 9 here. So you're being gifted with release. I'm feeling like this new moon in energy, as you get into your feeling body and what feels good, you will naturally release tension. You will naturally release the need to control, frustration, the victim energy, right? They did this to me. How dare you? How could you? What about me, right? Now that's a pathway, right? It's important to feel that experience, but understand it for what it is. It's a messenger. It's a guide that shows up in your life, not to be shamed, not to be cast out or banished. That too, discomfort and discord comes with a message. It comes with wisdom. And this is why it's so powerful to lean into these vibrations, right? Instead of squelching them or shaming them or being tough on ourselves, release it. You'd be amazed how the power of the breath can assist you in releasing. So the more you expand in light, the more you expand in love, the more this other stuff comes up to be released. And I just see, like, even if you've got, like, if you felt like a trapped, like, frog in your throat, or you feel like you've been stifled in some way from, upbringing or fear of your own identity, your own truth, your own authenticity. I just feel like this energy of the Taurus new moon is going to release all that restriction. So lift your heart, lift your energy open, and like I said, allow that transformation to unfold. I love that. Final message here, abundance. What overall message of abundance they have for you? Gratitude. course. So what I would suggest is for the next couple weeks, this is like a mantra prayer that you can say the next couple weeks to support you if this resonated with you. And the message here says, fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. This is the part of giving and receiving, right? The divine is gifting you wisdom, love, support, friendship, abundance, right? Gifting you with faith and inspired action. So as that comes into your life, thank you, universe. Feel it in your body. I'm worthy and deserving of this, more of this in my life, or something even better. Again, this is a beautiful mantra. So if you're not really sure what to put out there into the universe, you can put the feeling. I want to feel more connected. I want to feel more love. Last new moon, I put the intention out there that I want to feel more passion in my life. And it didn't start off very well, friends, but towards the end of those 2 weeks, and then even into the full moon, I felt passion. I felt what it meant to feel passion, and not in that traditional sense where we think about passion connecting it to sexuality. It was like a fire in my belly. It was like an awakening that I hadn't felt before. And remember, passion, if you've been watching my videos, passion is my word this year. So you can also set out the intention for a feeling, not necessarily a monetary thing or something from the material world, but to experience something more on deeper levels. Love being a primary feeling, experience. Whew. All right, so those of you who chose pile 2, thank you so much for watching. If your journey ends here, I love you. If this could be of assistance to anyone you know, please share. If you want to connect with more of these style videos, hit that subscribe button. You know what to do. You hear it from all the other videos. I love you. God loves you. Trust the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. All right, so those of you who chose pile 3, welcome. So here is Isis's card that you were resonating with, drawn to. Beautiful goddess. And so her message is Goddess of 10,000 names. I love this. A lot of these messages have kind of coincided with each other, kind of gone. There's like a thread that goes through them. That's why I love doing these pick-a-piles so much. It's so interesting to see how it all unfolds. So the message here says, if you have felt constrained by a role, a name, or identity, and are wishing for assistance in growing beyond it, or if you have sensed a new role or identity calling you into greater expression and would love some divine help in that growth, this oracle indicates the help you need is already with you, urging your growth from within. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. So this feels like some of you might be in a place, those of you who chose pile 3, you might be a place where you're just waking up and you're like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to experience this anymore. I'm done. I'm over it. Now that energy certainly could have come up with the Scorpio the Scorpio full moon that we just came out of. Things may have been revealed, secrets, if you spend some time observing, you might be feeling this discord, this disharmony in your body. And so now here we are in the Taurus new moon about worth and value and abundance and growth. And there's so much love in this energy. And the Taurus energy is the bull, but it's also connected to sensuality, right? Our radiance, our beauty, our gifts that are inside. And so this would be a really great time if you're writing down or channeling your wishes, your intentions, to drop down into the body, into the heart chamber, the heart wisdom, and ask the divine, instead of operating continuously from the mind can be like, based on what you know, what you've experienced, right? So you want to believe that anything and everything is possible, and it's going to require you to come out of the comfort zone, the known, right? And I feel like you're being stripped here to lean into activating that courage, that strength, that bravery, to lean into something new, something different, right? Which is like an identity and who you are, right? I certainly, for me personally, I'm in a 9 this year, my 9-year cycle, and, the planet's in a 5. And May is a 1, so there's new beginnings. For me, there's like endings, and I'm just waking up and saying, you know what? That part of me is done. Like, I'm over it. I just don't want to do, that's not who I am. And, there was a point when, and maybe you can resonate with this, maybe this is why it's coming up for me. In the beginning of the year, there was a part of me that realized that I have been fighting for so long for my identity, for who I am. I am a child of God. I'm a child of light. I'm a messenger. I'm a prophetess. I'm an interfaith minister. I'm a storyteller in a world that doesn't value or doesn't understand intuition and heart wisdom, or it didn't. And I just sobbed for that little girl inside of me who, God bless her, she never gave up, right? She had courage. She's like, this is who I am. And the world was squeezing and tugging and pulling and saying, we want you to be this and we need you to do that. And no, this is who you are and this is the way to do it. And I was so confused, right? And something shifted in me. Really last year in 2020 when we were in isolation, something shifted in me. And I just yelled out stop. And I just put down the sword and I was like, I'm not fighting anymore. This is who I am, and anything that wasn't a vibrational match just shifted out and changed and got released, and I just let it all go, And I think if you've been following my channel, I had moved into a new home, and everything shut down, and for a little bit there, I had no income flow, and I just released it. I was just like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm not doing it anymore. So maybe this is coming in for you now, where you've been doing things based on what you think you should do in old ways, and this is just saying, put down the sword. Surrender it. Goddess Isis will come in and show you a new way. She will show you and reveal to you the essence of who you truly are, right? If you have felt constrained by a role, a name, an identity, right? Responsibilities. It's very easy to, especially as a sensitive earth angel, to unfortunately attract energies that will pull from your wisdom, your insight, your love. And remember, we're giving it too. So it's equal here. There's a level of codependence, right? And once we start realizing our role in those dynamics, we can shift from that. So I'm feeling with this, those of you who chose Pile 3, maybe an intention for this Taurus new moon is revealing new parts of yourself, uncovering the authentic identity and the essence of who you are, not what the world wants you to be, not on the journey that you've been on. Everything is different right now. This is a time of new beginnings. There's so many 11s. There's planets that are aligned in the 11th degree. The new moon in Taurus is on May 11th. We're in May, the month of May, which is a 1. If you add 5 plus 2021, it equals 10. And 1 + 0 = 1. So we've got like the 111 here. So if you're seeing new beginnings, if you're seeing ones, it's a message that's saying you're about to enter uncharted territories. Lean into the unknown. For me, the unknown and I have the gift of being able to see the unseen. Like that's my identity. That's who I am. I have this gift. I see things that people don't see in ways that they don't see it, and I share that, right? And so your magical gifts are being activated in the essence of who you are. And so for me, the unseen and the unknown is fun. I'm like, all right, universe, it's going to be really magical to see how you get me out of this pickle. It's going to be really fun to see how this unfolds. All right, I'm just going to lean back. I'm going to just surrender and get busy doing other things and allow things to unfold naturally. I think this is a space that Jesus talked about, right? Leave room for the Holy Spirit, patience. So I feel like those of you who chose pile 3, your identity is going to be revealed. It's so crazy because you have 3 cards here that are connected with abundance, which is awesome. But let's get your love letter message from Isis. What message of love does she have you? Oh, grace. So beautiful. I'm so drawn to red. My nails are red. I got the red string, right? So I found this bracelet to remind me who's in charge and who I am. I'm the boss, but I am also a child of God, and it reminds me who I am and who leads me and who guides me. So, and then the red is the divine feminine, connection to the divine feminine. So we're seeing this, and maybe, I don't know, she's got the red dress here on, my nails are red, got the heart here. I'm just so drawn to this energy. So these are all signs to let you know that the divine feminine energy is working with you, especially the Mary Magdalene and Isis energy. So the message here says, when I open to the deep source of grace, the flow of my life feels effortless and vibrant. So grace. For me, grace feels like a divine dispensation. It's almost like, if you think about, it's like a forgiveness period, right? If you think about a credit card and, it happens sometimes where you miss a payment, maybe the automatic withdrawal doesn't come out, or maybe you forget. And there's usually a 5-day grace period where we know you're not perfect. And so we're going to give you these 5 days before we penalize you, right? And Jesus was phenomenal with grace. The sick, the poor, the wealthy, the disabled, he was magnificent with his eyes of grace. I just feel like Jesus's energy was grace. His eyes were grace. There's this forgiveness, right? And I feel like, if you've been operating in this place, grace is being bestowed upon you, especially the energy of love through the divine feminine energy. This card here is brown. I'm seeing earth, right? Connected to nurturing, and Mother Gaia, Maka, which is also earth energy in the Native American energy, however you resonate with it. I just feel like there's this forgiveness saying, it's okay. We know how hard you've been working. You don't have to do this anymore. So maybe that's what your intention can be. Part of your intention for this new moon in Taurus, being able to surrender into the love and the being and the essence of who you are, accepting yourself, right? Forgiving yourself for mistakes, perceived mistakes, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. The idea of sin is a very, earthbound energy. In the divine, sin doesn't exist, right? It's just, we're constantly making adjustments. I've said this in the other videos where, when I recognize that ego flaring up, and, I recognize it now based on how I feel, because I like to feel good. And when I don't feel good, I know I'm out of discomfort, discord. So I sit with it for a second and I ask it what its wisdom is. And I'm like, oh, that's right. So, the human the humanness of us is forgetful, right? We forget. This is why it's so important to have spiritual disciplines or regular practices to help us remember minute by minute, hour by hour, day, month, year by year, right? This is why these spiritual disciplines give us freedom, right? Having symbols and wearing things that connect us with the essence of love, right? Because we're human, right? And we forget. I mean, that's part of the experience. We are human and divine. And so many earth angels are here to understand and experience and uncover the soul, right? Through the ego, through the heart wisdom, right? So, it's okay for you to say, I don't want to be that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't like that anymore. And that could be just for today, and you can change your mind, friends. That's being human, and that's okay. Take off the jacket you're wearing of perfection. Take off the being outcome dependent, like I'm doing this manifesting to get this. I need it to happen this way. I need this person, this experience, this amount of money, you can energetically feel like a millionaire making, a lot less than that. You can feel like successful without having to do all the work that billionaires have to do, right? So, there's this space of freedom that comes in abundance and success and, heart wisdom and manifesting in its most simplest form. So give yourself grace, forgiveness, or let Jesus shine his light on you, see his forgiving eyes, right? Releasing you from the ties and the binds that you may have unconsciously, put yourself into. If you know that, you can put out your wishes and intentions to the universe. That freedom can be what you want to experience for these next 2 weeks. God, show me your definition of freedom, more of that or something even better, but understand that it comes with a level of discipline, right? We need to use the Taurus energy. Taurus energy is like the bull energy. It's stubborn. So whatever it is that you desire, remember, there's going to be some work into it. Now, it doesn't have to be hard labor, but there will be a level of you showing up to it, mantras, and showing up to the intentions and making the adjustments and taking the action from the inspirational pull that you get, right? From the Holy Spirit that's giving you the leads. And then, like I said, if it's like just a point to get you somewhere else, great. If you realize it's not what you wanted, that's fine too, right? Everybody has free will and the ability to change their mind and, but understand you are the only one, your body's the only place that you have to be in this world. So, all right, messages of abundance here. There's 3. How can this new moon in Taurus support you in abundance? Ooh, a raise or promotion. Congratulations! An increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. So this could be, maybe you've stayed in a job or a position longer than, your heart's desire. Maybe you're making a decision to make a job change, and this is saying that maybe that raise or promotion you're needing is going to come from a different situation or different experience, but it's going to take some action. It's going to take a step-by-step process to achieve your goal. So know that the raise is coming, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean, like, if you're in a position or a dynamic where somebody or something is telling you what you're worth, there's a lot of people out there who are vibrating out of that and really leaning towards the abundance stream. And getting into fields that are more a vibrational match with their the essence of who they are. So let me just pull these other cards here to see how everything's moonlighting, of course, right? We're in the moon reading and we pull the moon energy. So as you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills, soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. Now, this is this piece, and maybe all of it as it all comes out, is definitely clear with those of you who chose pile 3. If your source of income and the way you make money is a discord, and you're using the Taurus new moon, especially because it's connected to finance, it's connected to money. Again, this is, I said this in the beginning, but if you skipped ahead, this is the moon to look at a 12-month financial plan for yourself. This is the moon to call the investor. The bull is a symbol of Wall Street, right? So if you've been thinking about your investments, or you've been thinking about, I'm not here to give financial advice, but if you got money there and it can support you in some way, so that you can make a part-time transition, or you can invest in education somewhere to grow in other ways, talk to a financial planner, talk to somebody who knows about money and the best way to do that, especially when it comes connected to worth and value. So here's your signs here, and please take this as you, when I read it, as it felt right to you. Maybe your identity has been, jumping into a job, a career position that your family wanted for you, or a family business, and you're just realizing that this isn't for me. I know many of you may not know my story, but I was a paralegal working for a law firm in real estate before I started doing this work. Oh, friends, it was soul crushing for me. It was a fantastic job for people who wanted to be in that field and do that type of work. But for this beautiful EarthAngel here, I was like a caged bird. And I lost my heart song, and I was miserable, and I was crying every day and every night. My soul was dying. And I know that sounds super dramatic from this quadruple Cancer here, but that's how I felt. But it was actually that experience that led me on this spiritual journey of discovering my gifts. So I am forever indebted to that position that was terrible for me. So understand, if you're in that space and you've made a commitment and you've jumped in and now you've got all these responsibilities, forgive yourself, give yourself some grace, saying, I can work towards this one step at a time, right? The bull is stubborn, right? So it's going to require you, whatever intentions you put out there, it's going to require your patience to continue to show up and work towards, growth in other ways. Sometimes, people who have been working with me for a long time, they look at my business and they look at the success, or they look at, the space that I'm in. And I have to remind people, remember, I've been doing this for 13 years, right? Now I'm going, I think it's like 13 and a half now at this point, just working, right? Even before that, I was doing personal development and spiritual growth in my own life before I even started, working with other people. So we have to understand, like, a space that I'm in, because I loved it so much, because it was such a calling and a passion for me, it got me through those really hard times where I wanted to give up, where I wanted to throw all caution to the wind and just say, I'm done, I'm over it, right? So, the universe is revealing to you right now, like, your gifts, and understand it just doesn't fall in your lap. I mean, I would love to say it does, but there's things that you need to learn. That's part of the spiritual journey, right? If life was easy all the time, or if we got everything we wanted, we'd be dead, right? We'd be on the other side. So you understand, it's not about the end result, it's not about the outcome, it's the journey and everything that you learn from the experiences in the moment. And the final abundance message is here. Leads to a windfall, right? We have Santa Claus here. Santa Claus is so ironic. Well, it's not ironic, of course, this came up. So Santa Claus is my symbol for Archangel Raphael. And Archangel Raphael is the money angel, the angel of healing. I asked Archangel Raphael years ago to help me clear off a debt. It was like it was over $2,000 that I owed, and I was just paying $75 a month to try to pay it off. And so I asked Archangel Raphael, the angel of miracles, if he could help me. And I promised him that I would respect money. I promised that I wouldn't shop anymore from a place of like lack of self-worth and trying to fill a void. And I promised to respect money. And within a month, friends, I got a letter from the attorney that I was paying that basically said the account was closed. So Raphael was my angel. And it's funny because they sent me a check back for $75. And so not only did Raphael wipe out the debt, but he also gave me $75 to start off and saying, okay, girl, you made a promise. What are you going to do with this money? And I didn't go buy anything. I know I didn't go buy shoes or anything. I think I paid off another bill or something with it. So anyway, and so this is the part of abundance and repairing that we're doing. So if money's been a thing for you, right? Maybe you've been in a job that you haven't been happy with, and maybe you've been overspending, or maybe you've been, not in a place where you want to be financially. And so Raphael is the angel that it can assist you with abundance. He works with money, he works with healing, and he's the angel of miracles. So again, it says an increase in abundance is arriving, right? A raise or a promotion, an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving, right? Literally open your heart, open your hands, open your legs, open your body to the divine and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. I love it, right? So some of you might be just beautiful givers, and at some point you need to say no, right? Maybe you've got so much money flowing out that you feel like you've got to stay in these positions. So it's no coincidence we have prosperity lies ahead, raise or promotion, windfall of money. You can start working on your dream career, right? This is all about identity here. So, the message is very clear. I also feel too, for some of you who may be watching this might not be resonating with you, but I feel like you may know somebody who needs to hear this. Share this with them. And I'm not saying promote my channel, but I'm saying share information. Like if you have somebody that you've told and you tried to help them and you tried to support them and they haven't heard it, just kind of like roll this in their eyes, right? So I almost feel like maybe some of you know people who are struggling with their jobs and the space that they're in, and these messages can be powerful for them. Share it, right? I do this to share messages, to share information. That's my intention because it's worked for me. My life has changed so much and really has elevated through the information I share, right? So what are you being gifted with this new moon in Taurus? Ooh, the masculine. Lunar god. Wow. Hello. So you're being gifted with the masculine, which is, so those of you who may, I don't know if I've said this in this reading already because I've said it in the other videos, the masculine energy is comparable to New York. The feminine energy is comparable to Hawaii. Some of you may have been existing in Hawaii for so long that you need to take a flight over to New York, meaning get into getting back to work, buckling down, logic and reason, planning, being analytical, kind of giving, right? Working towards something goal-oriented. And I'm only saying this if you have been in so much of the divine feminine energy. This reading can say, okay, maybe you feel like you've been wasting time, or maybe you feel like you've been putting things off, and maybe you're not where you want to be in life. You're being gifted with the divine masculine energy that knows the way, that's the planner, right? Like logic and reason and analytical and giving, following a step-by-step process to achieve your goals. It's about discipline and freedom, right? So just activating the inner masculine, the healthy inner masculine, the loving, the supportive, the encouraging inner masculine to help you follow a step-by-step process to achieve your goals. I love that masculine came up. I love it. All right, and final message, your overall message of abundance. Flow, of course. This is the feminine energy, right? So we have the masculine and feminine. So balance of both, right? We need to show up. We need to do the work. We need to get creative and follow the steps, but we also need to do it in a place of flow. So the message here says, I've been saying in the other readings, stop this, screenshot it. This can be a great mantra for you to say every day for the next couple weeks, to put out into the ethers. If this resonated with you, we have a lot of purple energy here. I'm seeing like the throat chakra, the third eye chakra here. And the message says, allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace, right? So follow the lead. Say yes to a promotion. Say yes to abundance. Say yes to a dream career. Say yes to creating a new identity for yourself. Yes to grace. Maybe you feel like, I should have done this a year ago, or, I should have done this and now I'm stuck or I'm jammed up. Release that. Just, it's not going to help you get into that place of motivation. That's another word I feel with this divine masculine energy. It's gifting you with motivation. You know what? Let me read the book here. Let me just see what it has to say. So what is that? So the lunar god. Oh gosh, I love that. Yes, please. I need that. I need that in my life. Motivation. So it says, it's time to step forward and lead. It says, be the leader in your own life. You have more power than you think. It is time to formally learn more. Again, there's education, friends. Enroll in a course or learn a new skill. Offer your protection to someone weaker than yourself. Take steps to improve your health and your vitality. I'm telling you, there it is. So be the leader, step in, be your own boss, right? Whatever that means. It doesn't even have to be in career. It can be in your own family, in your own friendships, right? Rise, gods and goddesses. Yes, please. All right, I'm going to end that on that note. So those of you who chose pile 3, if you want to stick around, I'm going to say my closing prayer. So I put these cards out. If you don't want to stick around, thank you for watching. All right, so let me just set these up here. All right, let me just get these energies here. So let me thank all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance. I especially want to thank Mary Magdalene and Isis for their beautiful messages of healing for this new moon in Taurus. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started today continue for as long as it needs to be done. All right, friends, if I can support you in any way, the information on how to connect with me or work for me is in the notes below. Comment if you were inspired by this reading, if it touched you in some way. I love emojis like hearts and flowers and birds and trees and all that stuff. So send me some hearts and flowers. Let me know that you felt this. If you want to click that like button, that would be wonderful too. And I will be back on Sunday with my weekly Sunday reading. So thank you so much for watching. I love you. God loves you so much. Trust in the divine, trust your intuition, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.